and wait for the master to sit by you. And when the master sits by you, he will raise you up. When he raises you up, you'll be able to walk on mountains. Even if you are going through troubling waters, he will still be there with you. And he will do for you what no man has ever done for you. Which means, as human beings, it is normal that afflictions will come your way. That unexpected situations will happen on your way. And when that happens, it is so sudden that you never plan for it. But you need the hand of God to take you out. So for us as men, what we need is an assurance that when something happens, as we move in life, as I move from my house to work, as I get out of my home, when something happens, what is the assurance that I will get out of that situation? Talking about assurance, I remember, let me give you a short story. I was traveling at one time to the Caribbean, Barbados, for an art exhibition. And I was supposed to connect my flight in Atlanta. And I met another gentleman who was also connecting to Florida. So whilst waiting for our flight, we started talking. And this man was quite bubbling. Like there was nothing wrong with him. I mean, he was so happy as if everything was okay for the rest of his life. So I asked him, gentleman, what do you do? He said, he's a farmer. And for me, where I come from, farmers don't look that happy. Because you are not even sure that the weather is going to be pleasant to your crops. But this man, everything was okay. So I asked him, how life? So he was just, it's winter, he was going to Florida to enjoy. Now, so don't you have hazards in your profession? No accident, nothing happens, and you are not able to get a yield you are looking for. He said, I have insured the difficult parts. So whatever happens, insurance covers it. Whoa. So whilst on my way, I started thinking about insurance. And I realized that in this country, almost everything is insured. If your car is not insured, it can't be on the road. Your home must be insured. Even in death, you are insured. But there is a limitation. There is a limitation. Sometimes not all the insurance companies in this world will be able to come to your aid when you need them most. Because they are made of human beings. But the only insurance that you have is the insurance from the Most High. It's the insurance from the Most High. So I want to look at insurance, and insurance was defined as this. As a guarantee of compensation for a loss. That you have a guarantee that when there is a loss, you'll be compensated for all the damages. It can be illness. There is an indemnity. There's an assurance. There's security. There is a safeguard for you. So today, this morning, we are going to look at a topic called Buy Your Future. So whoever is sitting next by you, tell him or her, buy your future. Buy your future. Because if your future is bought, and if it is bought from that man over there, I don't think something will happen. They'll tell you, no, this is not the policy that you subscribe to. Sometimes you subscribe to a nice policy from an insurance company, and something happens, you go, they tell you, it looks like this is not a policy you bought, because they had used small caps to write an injunction right under that you didn't read. So So you have been paying all the premium for the years, but at the time that you need it most, they tell you that's not the policy you sign up for. So let's look at our first text for the day. It speaks from the book of Ecclesiastes, chapter 10, verse 19. Can we have it on the screen? Ecclesiastes chapter 10, verse 19. Ecclesiastes. Okay, let me read from my Bible. He said, a party. Oh, okay, I have it. It said, a feast is made for laughter, and wine maketh merry, but money answereth all things. Amen. Money answereth all things. This is a verse that I have struggled with all my years, because I am very much aware that money doesn't answer everything. Money doesn't answer everything. So I have struggled with this. Because money, you can't buy salvation. Can you buy salvation? No. If you are just about to die, it doesn't matter the amount of money you have in your bank account. You can't buy life when you are just about to die. So money doesn't buy everything. But everything in the Bible is true. That is a contradiction. That is a contradiction. So I set myself up. If the Bible is true, but the words over there are telling me that it is not true, let me search. So I found out that money doesn't do everything, but money is an answer to things. Because the Bible didn't say money does everything. It said money is an answer to all things. Money is an answer to all things. So if there's a calamity, if there is a need that calls money, money will answer. But money will not do it, but money will answer. Amen. Money will answer. But how does money answer? That was the second search. We have to go to, how does money answer? Though money will not be able to do it, but it will answer. How does it answer? The Spirit sent me to the book of Matthew, chapter 6, verses 19 to 21. Can we have it on the screen? It says, lay not up yourselves treasures upon earth, where moth, rust doeth corrupt, and where thieves break through and steal. 20. But lay up yourselves treasures in heaven, where neither moth nor rust doeth corrupt, where thieves do not break through nor steal. 21. For where your treasure is, there will your heart be. Amen. Amen. They say you should put your treasures in heaven, because in heaven no armed robber will come and steal your money. No armed robber will be able to steal your treasures if they are in heaven. But if you keep your treasures on this earth, even termites can eat them up. How many people, maybe here, but I'm sure it will happen because there are, maybe not in the north, but if you go to the south, termites infest homes. So you have your wardrobe with very expensive clothes. And if you don't open the wardrobe very, very often, by the time you go there, termites have eaten your clothes, very expensive ones. But if those clothes were kept in heaven, are you sure termites will eat them up? Some of us think we are so smart and we keep our money maybe even in the stock exchange where it keeps multiplying. But when the stock exchange comes down, what happens to your money? Either you lose it or the value goes down. Keep your money in heaven, where moth, where caterpillar, where thieves cannot pick them up. Let me tell you another story from the Bible. You all know this man called, this story is taken from the book of 2 Kings chapter 4 verse 8 down. The Shunammite woman. She hasn't got a name. That woman hasn't got a name. So she's not any special person. She's like you and I. She's not Obama. She's not Trump. She's not that sort of person whose name is always splashed on the screen. She's like you and I. Nobody knows us. But she's got some small money. Just as you and I also have some small money. This woman identified a man of God called Elisha. That Elisha has been coming to that community to do the work of God. So she saw God in Elisha. So Elisha represented God for her. So he said, look, let me invite this man to my house, at least to eat anytime he comes to Shunam. That's the name of the town, Shunam. So that's why she's called Shunammite woman. Shunam. Elisha comes there to eat. Then he said, look, let me go beyond that. Let me prepare an upper room for him. In the room, let me have a bed. Let me have a chair where he can relax. Let me have a table. And let me give him light. So that when he comes, he'll be comfortable to do the work of God. Let me invest in the life of this man. Let me serve God through him. So she did exactly that. And this man became very comfortable with, Elisha will never travel alone. He will come with his entourage. So she will feed all of them, clothe all of them, house all of them. And then when they come to Shunam, all their budget is on her. And I'm even sure that when they are going back, she puts money in their pocket. I'm even sure that her first fruit, her tithe, she pays to them because she has identified God in Elisha. So one day, Elisha said, this one is so good to us. Can we recommend him to the king or the commander, the most powerful people in the town? This woman said, no, I don't like human connection. In as much as I have connection with my God, that's okay with me. I don't like human connection. I like the godly connection. So she rejected the offer. So Elisha looked at him. What does this woman need? She hasn't got a male child. Next year by now, by the time I come here, you'll be carrying a male child. Not a child, but specific a male child in your lap. Because she wasn't having this, because she has some money. She has a house. She has things that will make her comfortable. But the other one that she needs so much. I don't know what you need in your life today. I don't know what your need is. That's the need this woman had. And she had the male child after 1 year. The male child died. But she was brought back to life. Amen. She died, but he was brought back. He was brought back to life. Then there was a famine. Elisha said, look, Shunammite woman, there's going to be a famine in this community. You may die. You may not know it. It may just catch up with you. Like the one who wrote the song. It may just catch up with you. So move to a community where there is plenty. So that after the famine, you come back. She did so. And by the time she came back, all her property were wiped away. I don't know where you are keeping your property. But when she came back, she was moving to the king to see whether the king will restore her back, will restore her property back. But by the time she got there, Gehazi, Okromath, the assistant to Elisha, was with the king, giving a testimony of what Elisha has been doing through that woman. Can somebody give a testimony about you in your absence? What the man of God has been doing through your life? So before she got there, her story was being told to the king. So she had all her property restored. I pray that every property that you have lost, through whichever means possible, that the Lord will restore them. I don't mind what property it is. The Lord will restore them to you. Because there's going to be a testimony in your life. Money answers others. Money that didn't bring Michael Jackson back to life. Money brought back the life of the son of the Shunammite woman. Because she invested at the proper place. She didn't keep her money in the wardrobe. She invested in the kingdom work. She had her son back. She bought life. She bought life. She got back all that was lost. The Shunammite woman, she got it back because she invested where it was supposed to have been invested. We read in the Bible that give and it shall be given unto you. Cast your bread upon the waters. The waves will carry them, but it will still come back to you. And it also says a man's gift opens room for him, and it ushers him before great men. So people know this. So I have a friend, any community that he goes to, not here anyway, I don't think it will be possible to be done over here, but over there they do it. Any community he goes to, the very first place he goes to is the police station. Then he gives them gifts. No matter the trouble he gets himself in, he is covered. He is covered. You understand? Because he believes in that principle that gifts opens the frontiers for you, and it ushers you into the room of the great, the hidden, the non-Christians, the Muslims. They know this and they use it to their advantage. But you and I, our fist is like this. It has been concretized. POP. You understand? Because we think when... You see, some of us think that if we are giving, we are making the other person richer. You are making yourself richer. You are making yourself richer. Because the Bible says there is blessing in giving than receiving. Because if you always receive, you always have your hands clenched. There is no room to accept. But when you empty out, you still get your hands free, and still more comes into your hand. More comes into your hand. If you have a vessel in which you pour a liquid, and you let the liquid so much they want to pour the liquid out, can you then add more liquid to it? No, unless the first one goes out and you pour and you went into it. The heathen, the non-Christian, they know this, so they use it to their advantage. They use it. We buy insurance policy for everything. They become so proud that, oh, I bought insurance for it, so whatever happens, I'm covered. Insurance, the heathen, they use it. But insurance is what God has himself purposed. Amen. Insurance policy is a principle that God himself instituted, just as giving out for you to receive more. These are principles in the Bible. But because we Christians don't use this principle, we are always poor. We are always poor. And when there comes the time that suddenly there's a problem that we are supposed to call on God, we don't have the hotline. There's no direct line for us to call on Elohim. Because we have no giving for us to be. Because right now, let me be practical. Let me be very, very practical. A lot of visitors are here. And I don't think it is all of them whose face Bishop will be able to memorize. Because there are many. But if one person brings a special gift to him, whoa, when he sees that person in East Hartford, he will wave him because he has recognized him. So you see why sometimes you call on God. I mean, you call on God, but I mean you don't hear from him. The direct line is in there. You see, sometimes we hustle too much when we want to receive from him. We hustle too much. Meanwhile, the principles are there for us to use. They are principles. Apart from the faith, apart from the prayer, apart from all the other building blocks of Christianity, there are principles that we are supposed to follow. Without those principles, you'll be hustling. You'll be hustling. Some of us will fast and fast and fast and fast, and also will be eating into our intestines. It is because the principles that the heathen are using, we are not using them. Because if insurance could solve problems for human beings, for people, why would insurance solve our problems for us, even as Christians? Buy your future. Buy your future. If you buy your future from God, you see, it doesn't matter if your job is at stake. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter whether they are downsizing where you work, for which reason you are going to be fired. But because God knows that your tithe is going to keep this room warm for people to come for salvation, he will make sure that you are not fired. Because he knows that your money is supposed to hit this room. He knows. He knows. You have been told that for you and your family you don't marry. Or you are married and you say, for you, your fallopian tube has been cut. You will not be able to give birth. But God knows that a Samuel must come from you. The prophet Samuel must come from you. So if you are able to open that line, Samuel will come. And then when the Samuel comes, a lot of Samuels will follow. Because you have opened, because you have bought your future. Because you have bought your future. Yes, the verse will not make sense to you. Money answers all things. It doesn't make sense. But if you put it at where you're supposed to put it, if you put the word at where you're supposed to put it, it will answer every problem for you. It will answer every problem for you. It doesn't matter if the doctors have told you that your cancer is so dangerous that there's no cure for it. He's an expert, but he's a worldly expert. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. But because Hezekiah bought his future, because he bought his future, when the whole Isaiah, the one who, when he makes a prophecy, I mean, it is a laser precision prophecy. Nothing, I mean, it will happen. So if Isaiah comes to give me a prophecy right now, hey, I won't even I won't even pray to it because it will happen. But because he has bought his future, Because Hezekiah has bought his future, he turned his face to the wall. And then when he prayed, he had 50 more years. Because he has bought his future. When Dorcas died, because they knew there were a lot of orphans, there were a lot of widows who were depending on him. So it doesn't matter whatever they tell you at work, but because those widows are depending on you, because those orphans are depending on you, no matter what happens to them, they are praying, and their cry will redeem you. So Dorcas died, but her money answers the call for her life to come back. She died. Michael Jackson never wasn't able to pay for his life. And there are so many other people who, if because of money, they would have been alive today. But they didn't put the money where they were supposed to go. So they died and they died and they died. But Dorcas, because she put her money in heaven, where it was supposed to be, she was raised up again. He was raised up again. So where do you put your money? Where do you put your money? Yes, makeups are good. But if you keep putting your money in makeups, the last makeup will just take you into your grave. Yes, clothes are good. Clothes are good. But if all your money is in clothes, yes, it will take you to the last of your end. Yeah, cars are good. Cars are good. But if everything of yours is in a car, you may not have the hotline. You may not have the hotline. You may not be able to buy your future. But as Christians, we are able to buy our future. We are able to buy a future. Because when that job that you are looking, that business that you want to establish, that the experts are telling you that looking at the financial, they will use some big words of financial thing of the economy. Or if you look at the demographic thing of the area where you want to establish the job, I don't think that job will do well. But because the last time that small job you paid your first food to God, God knows that definitely when this job also gets well, his kingdom will be rich. Money will come so that so many other souls will be won. So it doesn't matter whatever the experts tell you, that job will do well. If not so, the famine that sent Abraham to Egypt, where the wife was almost taken away from him, that famine, it was that same type of famine. But God told Isaac, stay put. And the Bible said when Isaac sowed, he reaped 100-folds. He became worthy and very worthy until the Philistines were envious of him. Because he has bought his future. So where are you planting? Where are you keeping your treasures? Where are you keeping your treasures? If you keep your treasure where it is supposed to be kept, all state insurance company, those AAA, whatever insurance companies, they are so infinitesimal as compared to the policy that God is going to buy, God is going to give to you. Because even when it comes to your life and death, God is going to give you life. But no insurance company will be able to give you life when you are about to die. Because when those things happen, that's why you call them accidents. They happen without your knowing. It is a sudden event. But you need the hand of God. You need the connection. You need that great man to be able to deliver you. To be able to deliver you. When there was landslide in California, that area, there was no way there was supposed to be any kind of landslide or any kind of a flood or anything. It's a solid area at the bottom of the mountain, where there are very expensive. I'm sure they bought a lot of insurance policy. But since that area wasn't a flood-prone area, I'm not sure anybody bought any flood insurance. But heavens came down. The vegetation was wiped out. And when it rained, it turned to mudslide. All the homes were broken. They kept their money on this earth. But those who would have kept their money in heaven, they will get back whatever had been destroyed in thousands of folds. So yes, indeed, your treasure, your money will be able to do all things. It will answer when you call, in as much as you keep this money where it is supposed to be kept, where no thief, where no disaster, where no human machination, whatever happens on the earth, it will never be able to touch it. So I'm telling you this morning that this same principle that the heathen have seen and they are using to their advantage, we Christians will be able to use them better than they do. Because the one who keeps the pool where all the wealth is Elohim. It's Elohim. He's the one who created this earth. He's the one who is the epitome of everything we have on it, we have over here. So let's keep our treasures where it's supposed to be kept. And when calamity comes, if we call, the hotline is opened, and then he will come down and come and lift us up, so we can walk on mountains, so we can be on his shoulders. So we will be up there and look at the calamity and just laugh at it, because we've been lifted up. May we rise up. May we rise up. Let's do a 2-minute prayer. So many times we hear the word of God, but the moment we get out of the door, it looks like when we are asked what we came, what the sermon was, we have forgotten. But let us pray at this time that everything that we have heard, the Holy Spirit is going to remind us. The Holy Spirit is going to keep this on our minds.